With that, viewers, the top focus for the day, as we just mentioned, is the earthquake that's left Russia jolted. One of the strongest earthquakes in the recent memory struck off Russia's far eastern Kamchatka Peninsula early Wednesday morning at 8:37 a.m. The quake was initially measured at a magnitude of 8.0, but it was later upgraded to 8.8 by the U.S. Geological Survey. Now, it has hit a shallow depth of 19.3 kilometers, approximately 125 kilometers off Russia's southeast coast, as can be seen on this very map. The epicenter was near the Russian coastal area, Kamchatka. Several people were evacuated by the government authorities in the wake of this very earthquake. In response, the tsunami warnings have now in fact come in, and they've been issued by the regional governments in the very aftermath of this very earthquake that's taking place. Tsunami warnings have been issued for parts of Russia, Japan, Alaska, and as well as all of Hawaii when we speak of the United States. President Trump has also come out to urge people to remain alert following the tsunami warnings. And these are the details that we're bringing to you. These are visuals that we're consistently bringing to you of the casualties, or rather of how the earthquake has hit different areas, and they've been captured by different lenses at this given point, as we were to say, of the very earthquake while the quake hit. And in fact, it left people completely in shock, because it was quite unexpected. Though in July itself, if we speak of this very region has seen quite an active seismic activity. There's been a rise in the seismic activity in this very region, which is why when we have been speaking to all those who are experts in this very matter, they have come out to say that this particular seismic activity will have to be kept a close watch upon, especially with the tsunami threat now lurking as well.
Землетрясение стало серьезным испытанием для всех нас. Сильнейшие за последние десятилетия толчки мы испытали. Сейчас специалисты, сейсмологи обобщают оценки. Предварительная оценка в диапазоне от 7,7 до 7,9 сил толчков. И объявлена угроза цунами, поэтому еще раз повторяю просьбу отойти от береговой линии в цунами опасных районах, в первую очередь это Халактырский пляж. Уже сейчас, по моему поручению, специалисты приступили к обследованию всех зданий, в первую очередь социальных учреждений. Есть информация, что в 15-м детском саду произошло обрушение стены. К счастью, детей и взрослых в это время в детском саде не было. Предварительно жертв нет, но сейчас уже на место выехали специалисты.
本日8時25分ごろ、カムチャッカ半島付近を震源とするマグニチュード 8.7 の地震が発生いたしました。この地震に伴い、北海道から和歌山県の太平洋側の沿岸に津波警報が発表され、高いところで3メートル程度の津波が予想されております。
This is in Russia's Kamchatka Peninsula. Obviously, they saw a high-end earthquake there. It's in the Pacific Ring of Fire. So what's happening is the Pacific Plate, which is dense, crushed down by the ocean, is subducting or sinking beneath the Okhotsk Plate. And they're kind of converging at a rate of about 77 millimeters per year. Doesn't sound like much, but over dozens of years, you are building up excessive stress, and that releases in these big earthquakes. Now, in this case, we know this was a thrust earthquake, meaning one quake subducted, slid beneath the other, and that movement of the seafloor wound up potentially triggering a significant tsunami. That's why tsunami watches, warnings, advisories have been issued essentially for the entire Pacific Rim, all the way to the U.S. West Coast. Later on tonight, local time, California, Oregon, Washington State, British Columbia, and Canada could be dealing with a tsunami right around, I'd say, 10:30 to midnight local time. In Hawaii, the tsunami waves could arrive around 7:10 p.m. local time. And again, given the time zones, this is on Tuesday evening local time for parts of North America.
Now, viewers, we are being joined by a journalist on cruise liner on Alaskan seas. Eric Spracklin speaks to us on India Today. Eric, a very good morning to you from the side. Firstly, I would want to understand, how is the current situation over there? Did you feel the tremors? And if you could just show us around, how's the sea like currently?
So there hasn't been any tremors yet. Right now, I mean, it's smooth sailing. We are on our way to Sitka, Alaska. I mean, I can turn it around here real quick and show you kind of my view. Um, so right now, we are headed out. We're supposed to get to Sitka in the morning. But yeah, I mean, it's smooth sailing right now. Not a lot's going on. The ship hasn't really said anything about the potential tsunamis, but yeah, I mean, the only thing I'm really worried about is if the casino closes.
Right, Eric, bring us a pulse of the situation there. Is there a sense of panic on the cruise liner, would you say, at this point?
No, like I said, the ship itself, like they haven't given any warnings or anything like that. There's some people talking about it. Obviously, the news is spreading on platforms like X, but outside of that, it seems relatively calm.
And if we speak of the current at this given point, or the tide rather at this given point, would you say the tides are running high in the sea currently after this very earthquake?
Not where we're at. Not where we're at. Like I said, we're going to be going to Sitka. We're on our way to Sitka, Alaska. We get there in the morning. So we left out of Seattle yesterday. So we're kind of just on our way up to Sitka along the coastline. So it might get here here in a few hours.
Right, Eric Spruckler speaking to us on India Today. Thank you for bringing us all those latest updates, and hope you in fact have a safe voyage at this given point.